This is your cat. These are your marks. At least majority managed to attempt. 6. Half managed to attempt. Still have half who have not yet done this this exercise. So okay, it's hard to use this one. I want to use one of your students' work. Okay, we had a number of questions. About what the first one was to define social deviance. Most of you got it right. It's any behavior that is against what we consider as the norm in Kenya, based on our laws, and also in formal and informal laws. Formal laws are those laws that are in the constitution and acts of parliament, basically our policies as a country. Those are the ones that we would refer to mainly as the formal laws. The informal laws are those acceptable by our culture to be the norm in Kenya today. So it's any behavior that is against social norms. That is social deviance. Second question was match the theories below with their right basic definitions. I mentioned and have been mentioning that we will be discussing a lot of theories. Today we are discussing one called social norm theory. And I wouldn't require you to remember everything. Just remember the main definition. Then the rest you can actually create as you move. You can create it as you move along. I hope I'm audible to most of you. I didn't ask that as I was starting. It's important, I know. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. So the second question was for matching. So you match the right theory with its correct definition, basically. And what that basically means is you need to know the definition of that theory. So the strain theory, let me go to that particular, let me open the question itself so that you can view it from my end. Match the theories below with their right basic definitions. Let me zoom in so that it becomes more visible to you. I think that is enough visibility. So match the theories below with their right basic definitions or meanings. Strain theory. Strain theory, its definition is its access to socially acceptable goals plays a part in determining whether a person conforms or deviates. What are we saying is that when a person starts behaving in a certain kind of way, it is, the strain theory says, it is dependent on what are their goals. If they have acceptable goals, then they will behave well. If they don't, they will not behave well. As simple as that. The rest you can construct it from there. When you know that a theory says that when someone is behaving wrong in a wrong way, or is behaving in a criminal way or violating civil rights, it means that their goals are not in line with our laws. Then it's easy to construct the rest. You can say, their goals could be these, their goals could be these, and then you give examples of socially unacceptable goals, and then that will make a very good explanation. Theory of crime. it just says that behavior that violates official law and is punishable through formal sanctions is what is called crime. Behavior that violates our official laws in Kenya is called crime. So as easy as that. Number 3, in fact, I wrote this question because we have discussed a number of theories. It's just good to enumerate them. Problem behavior proneness theory. If even the name itself can tell you the meaning, that problem behavior, that where there is a problem, proneness theory, it says that the person has lived in a situation that they have lived in a state where they are prone to, very susceptible, very gullible to do wrong things. Let us see the explanation. It examines the relationship between an individual's personality system, that is their perceived environment, and their behavior. Simply to say that a person who has grown up in an environment, in a system that is wrong, will more often than not behave in a wrong way later in their life. Differential association theory. Through interaction with others who have bad behavior, individuals learn those bad behaviors, those bad values, and those attitudes and techniques, and it motivates them to engage in criminal and deviant behavior. So we are just saying that differential theory, when you interact with the wrong people, often than not, you start behaving in a wrong way. All these theories are just theories trying to explain why do people do crime, why do people do wrong things in society. So this one says that they do wrong things. The differential association theory says they do wrong things. If you can even write that somewhere, that people do wrong because they associate with others who are doing wrong. This one says people do wrong, the problem behavior proneness theory, they do wrong because their environment allows it. Theory of crime, that people do wrong because we have created a law and that calls one thing right and another thing wrong. And string theory, it just says a person does wrong because their goals are unacceptable. Therefore, their methods and their means will also be unacceptable. That was question 2. Let me see what I was reviewing. I was here. Types of deviant activities. We have formal and informal. Almost everybody got that right. Formal are those ones defined by the law. They are enacted, either the Constitution or Acts of Parliament or any other formal law, accepted and passed and can be applied in court. Others are informal because these are just social norms that we have accepted, that this is right, this is wrong. We don't accept same-sex marriages in Kenya and things like that. So those are the 3 questions that we were supposed to do, and these are generally your marks. I'm sure if you have checked, you will have found your marks by now. I wish to now go to what we need to be doing today, unless there is a question that anybody needs to ask at that point. If you have not yet found your cut marks, if you're yet to find your cut marks, you can do so after this, or if you're having a challenge doing that, maybe you can ask, and then we'll continue. Now we are in topic 4. You can ask at the end. I will handle all those questions at the end. We're in topic 4 on cultural practices associated with social deviations. The question we are asking ourselves today is, or the questions we are asking ourselves today have been enumerated here. By the end of this class, you should know the following. My page likes to hang when I need it. So this is the question that we should answer by the end. The 4 questions that we should answer by the end of today's class. It's good to know these 4. 1, we need to explain the cultural and social norms that support violence. We need to explain what are the norms. What do people do to cause them to be prone to violence? Number two, how does mass media helps in intervening against violence and social deviations? What are the challenges faced by people who are living with disabilities and mentally challenged people? So we are going to be discussing those four briefly. And so these are the notes that I have shared with you. You can download them afterwards. But let me go through them point by point. So the basic concept is that violence is wrong. We know that. And violent behavior is caused by certain things in society. You are doing community development, and so you will face these issues very, very many times. You'll be faced by a person who is behaving in a certain way, and so with the theories we have already explained, I believe you should be in a good position to evaluate what is causing a person to behave in a certain way. That is one. You should also manage to evaluate what are some of the circumstances that are causing that person to behave in a violent way and reduce those circumstances. Now, cultural and social norms that support violence, one of them, I've tried to enumerate here, is lack of punishment, where we have a society which does not have consequences for bad behavior. Imagine a child who knows that whenever they do wrong, they will not get any punishment. More often than not, that will tend to continue. You don't talk to them, you don't tell them this is wrong, they will tend to continue. So that's a practice that promotes that violence. Lack of feelings of guilt and shame. This can result from internalization of violence. Someone has internalized it, seen it for a long time until they have come to see as if it's normal. So they have no feeling of guilt or shame. And we are not saying guilt and shame should be encouraged. However, there are basic feelings that people have when they do something. So it's a basic when they do something wrong. So when you see something for a long time, you develop an attitude that this thing is acceptable in society, which creates violence. Distorted beliefs. We have some distorted beliefs. For example, let me just read what is here. Cultural and social norms vary widely, so behavior can sometimes be distorted based on the social groups a person is hanging out with, or a gang, or some, the environment can create distorted beliefs, such that a person is staying with people who are, behaving in a certain kind of way, and hence their beliefs get influenced. So you may tell someone violence is wrong or a certain behavior is wrong, and then all of a sudden they will tell you, no, I don't believe it is the case. And so you will have to deal with the belief. That's what we are saying, that first you have to create a situation where there is punishment for the person if they are behaving if they are deviant. Because of lack of punishment, you have to create consequences. You have to create a situation where they feel it's wrong, where they know that their beliefs are distorted. Number four is cultural norms that support violence. We come from traditional backgrounds, all of us, one way or another, and some of our traditional backgrounds used to allow and support violence. The example I have given here starts from here. For instance, traditional beliefs that men have a right to control or discipline women through physical means makes women vulnerable to violence with their intimate partners and places girls at risk of sexual abuse. This is just an example of a situation where our culture would support violence. And then finally, I have included a study. I have highlighted it here in yellow, where it says 26% of male and 16% of female disability adjusted life. What I'm trying to say is that 26% of male and 16% of female who are disabled or persons living with disabilities are a result of violence created by alcohol consumption. Note, I have not, the study does not mention alcohol abuse, it mentions alcohol consumption. So the reason is because alcohol abuse is a term that requires scientific evidence to show that this is the level at which we can say now someone is abusing alcohol. And I don't think that can be proven. It depends from person to person. But overall, the study found out that people who are alcohol intoxicated had conducted violence, which caused disability in others. So that's to say that alcohol consumption itself is a cause of violent behavior. So those are the 5 that I have put together, and there are certain interventions that we can take to assist us to alleviate such actions. Therefore, here you encourage participants, you encourage people. Just a minute. Oh, majority just logged in and left. So I would like to put across to you that thank you, Muhammad. Now, this is topic 4. If you can check here, this is topic 4 that is currently showing on your pages. This one. Cultural practices related with social deviations. That's the introduction. These are the notes, and then there's a discussion forum question. There are 2 questions. We have discussed quite a number of things. I would like, as you can see, I've restricted it before 2 p.m. I would like you to attempt these 2 questions between now and around 1:30 so that I can have that 30 minutes to also comment to your work. You should click on this discussion forum. I have clicked on it. It will open the way mine has opened. Then you will see the 2 questions. Answer the following questions before the end of the lesson. The questions test your understanding of the notes and the recording posted in the topic. The recording we are currently doing, I'm recording this class. So you add a new click here, add a new discussion topic. When you click there, it will open like that. Then you type here answers. Then you post answers for question 1, assuming those are the answers, and answers for question 2, assuming those are the answers, and then you click here post to forum. When you do that, it will post. I think that is clear. Thank you, Kerubo. Thank you, Muhammad. If there is no other question, I wish to. Janet has just switched on her mic. You have a question, Janet?
No, I'm good. Thank you for the session.
Thank you for joining in. I'm excited that I have 4 students. There are 4. It's half the class. More often than not, I've been alone here. Yeah, but thank you for coming. Thank you.
I have a question. Wait, I have a question.
Yes, please.
On the discussion part, you're supposed to respond before 2.
Yes, yes, please, because the class is supposed to end at 2. Please even respond by like 1:30 there, or 1:40, so that you give me a few minutes to comment on your work before the discussion forum shuts down.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yes. And I would also I would like to thank you for I believe you listened to the recordings of topic 1, 2, and 3 when I was away. I was unwell. I believe you did. uh I used to come and see how many people have actually checked what we discussed, and I used also to take class attendance for that, just like I will today. um Let me take class attendance before I forget. So thank you for those who actually did that. So Janet is in. Have I seen Mitagati? I'm not sure. Kerubo is in. So is not in. Hamud is in. Mitagati is here twice. Okay. Jacqueline. Jacqueline. Is Jacqueline in? I'm not even sure. Carrie is here. Okay. As I keep saying, my page likes to hang when I need it. Who else? Carrie, Kerubo, Janet, Muhammad. Okay, the rest are absent. Thank you. I wish to end the class there. You can attempt the questions, but I'm very glad that you are able to attend. See you next week.